What's going on, guys? Welcome. Good to see you guys. Now, have you ever felt super lazy and no matter what you tried to do, you couldn't snap yourself out of it? You know you need to do a bunch of stuff. You know you're getting overwhelmed. You know you want to do things, but for some reason you just find yourself not able to bring yourself to do the things, to get the energy. You think you need the energy first to do the thing. Well, I've been in the same place. I still get in that same place from time to time, but I have 6 things for you guys to try for yourselves that have been proven to me, for me to work to get out of my lazy ass self, my lazy ass way of being. So without further ado, let's get into these 6 things that can change your life forever. Now, these things are meant to be like a Kickstarter to get yourself out of being lazy. But in order for it to work for the long term, you need to practice these things daily, and every time you feel laziness start to creep up. And you do need to build your discipline in the areas of the things that you want to try to accomplish, the things that you want to work on, and all that stuff. Check out my video I did, I think it might have been my last video or the one before, but I went into why everybody has discipline and how to use it. Check that video out before or after, it doesn't really matter. But I'd recommend after this video, because at least if you get these things down, then it makes the other video easier because you're not going to be lazy. So, let's get into this. Number 1, you have to start quick. You have to get up and force yourself to try to do at least something, to at least get out of the house, to at least do a rain dance if you need something done. Like, just do something. Just do something. Quick action to get started, to get the day started, to get your life started, to get anything started. And you need to do this right when you wake up. It all starts from the moment you get out of bed. You need to take action, and that momentum will keep going. If you get up and you just laze around and just procrastinate, go on your phone, scroll, I don't even want to say the T word, TikTok, there I said it, but Instagram's not as bad. But still, if you scroll on it, you're going to find yourself half an hour, 2 hours, the whole day is gone. So act quickly. Number 2 is this thing right over here. Stay away from the couch. It kind of goes into what I was saying with scrolling the TikTok and lazing around. If you wake up and then you sit on the couch and you start your day from the couch, then, if you have a decent couch like mine, or any couch really, then you're going to get too comfortable. You're going to get too comfortable. It's going to make you go on social media even more because you're comfortable. You're like, what do I do? I'm sitting on the couch. Oh, you got a few options. You can play video games. Check out my last video I did. And, yeah, it fills you in on video games. If you have a problem with it, check out that video. Help you out. If you have a problem being addicted to video games, then that video will help you out. But you have to stay away from the couch because it just leads into a bunch of habits, a bunch of bad activities that are going to just make you lazy and stunt the day. So number three is scheduling your work and scheduling your break so you know the lines in between. If you're gonna work, you just focus on work, straight deep work. If you're going to focus on breaks, having a break, then you just focus on having that break with no work. You have a firm line in between, because if the whole idea with this is if you mix the two and you don't have that firm line, you're going to want to scroll on your phone for a little bit while you're working. You don't get the best quality work done while you're doing that, and then you don't enjoy a break or a recharge anyway, because you're thinking about doing the work on and off while scrolling on your phone or whatever you're doing. So you have to have that firm line in between for the work, deep work, just straight work, nothing else, or a break or relaxing time to recharge, so you don't combine the two. A really good method that I use to really get this going is the Pomodoro technique, timer. So you basically set it for, I set it for like, you could set it for any amount of time for a break that you want. Basically how this works is you do your deep work for, say, an hour, and then once that hour is up, you get your phone out and you can get a Pomodoro timer, and you hit that. You can hit it for 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. When that timer is going, when you set that for half an hour, then you don't do any work. You can do anything you want for that half hour. You can sit on Netflix, watch a half hour of Netflix. You can have a half hour of reading. You can have half an hour of whatever you want. That time is yours to just basically fuck around with. And then once that half hour is up, you get back to work, do another deep hour of work. And what this does is it forces you to have that separation of work and relaxation. And then you get more work done because you're not combining and going back and forth. Because what really eats up time is jumping from activity to activity. So if you can use that technique in any placement of your life, just keeping one activity separate from another, that's also a good thing for massive productivity. So number four is narrowing your focus. What I mean by this is, if you have a task that you need to do, write that one singular task. It kind of goes in what I was saying before. Write that one singular task down, and then you complete that one task. And you don't make any more decisions. You think of what's the most important thing I need to do right now. Boom, you write that down right away, and then you do that one task. I'm telling myself this because I'm terrible at this. I'm realizing more as I utilize the most of my time into certain things that this is something I really need to work on. And it's crucial. Every time I implement this, I have so much more work done. So remember, if you feel like you're not getting a lot done, just stop, think what's the most important thing that you need to do right now. Write that one thing down, and then do that one thing. Don't think about anything else. Because if you jump back and forth, what I was saying before, then it takes more time and energy when you jump from one activity to another, and there's a time loss in between. So keep that in mind. Narrow your focus. One thing at a time. Single task completing. I think Timothy Ferris, check him out. He goes into this. He goes into single tasking, he calls it. And that's basically the premise of it. Number 5, you have to change your environment and make it a productive environment. So this is basically how it sounds. If you need to get work done in the office, you make that office comfortable. I think I've gone into this like a few times on this channel already because it's so important. You have to set up your environment so it's productive for you. It's nice to work in. It's easy to find things. You know where everything is. You don't have to take time to find your pen, whatever you need. Everything's set in a place where you know it's easy to work, it's fun to work, and if you can work in a place where other people are working hard too, then that'll basically transfer to you, and you'll look over and be like, damn, Jimmy's working hard over there. I gotta outwork this guy, or else he's gonna make all the money and I'm gonna be homeless. So tune your environment to make you productive, and if you're productive, you're not lazy. That's just how the nature of life works. And number 6, the most important thing that you can do is go to bed on time. Don't stay up late. And I'm guilty for doing this a lot. You get into the hustle culture of thinking, damn, I need to work late till the night, and then go to bed, and then wake up at whatever and do it all over again. Go to bed early enough where you get try to get at least 7 hours. Sometimes if you're in a crunch, you can do 6. I find I can still function at 6 personally, but I find 7 to 9 hours is that sweet spot. If you get 7 hours, everyone's different. Some people function better at 7, some at 8, and some at 9 usually. Usually 6 is it dips off a bit. If you're really disciplined and you have a good system, you can make 6 work, but I find optimally 7, 8, or 9 hours. Try those 3 amounts of sleep for yourself whilst going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time. Don't stay up too late. And another thing about staying up too late is usually when you stay up too late, that's when you make bad decisions and you break a bad habit, you fall back into an addiction. So keep that in mind. Go to bed early to protect your mind, body, and spirit, and your way of being, your habits, and keep yourself from falling into old addictions or sometimes even new addictions. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. These things are things you have to do on the daily. It's a lifestyle. You have to incorporate all this stuff into a lifestyle in order for it to work in the long run and to get the most effects, the most benefits. So yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. I put 2 videos out every week. Put some comments in the comment section. Let me know how all this stuff is working for you guys. And let's keep booming this shit. See you guys in the next one. Boom!